welcome back to another video. As you have seen in the thumbnail, today in this video I'm going to share how did my resume get shortlisted for a lot of companies, a lot of MNCs such as Infosys, TCS and all, and some of the FAANG companies like Amazon and all. So in this video I'm going to share my resume and walk you through the resume as well as the sections and how should you align your different sections in your resume, how should you present yourself before getting shortlisted, how resume shortlisting will be done. Without making any further delay, let's directly jump into the video right now. So initially, let's see how the resume will go from one stage to other stage. Like generally, when you're applying for any company, the initial stage of screening is done by a software, not by a person. That is an application tracking system. As most of you have had an idea how an application tracking system works based on the keywords, skill sections, as well as the requirements and the job descriptions. Basically, this is how an application tracking system works. Based on a job description, what are the required skills, it will map that skills as well as some of the keywords with the job description will be mapping by application tracking system. Then once that's done, the second thing what happens is that resume goes into recruiters' hands. Generally, recruiters don't have a lot of time. They will go through resumes, lot of resumes, hundreds and hundreds of resumes per day. So they take at least like 5 to 6 seconds, at least maximum 10 to 20 seconds on a resume. So preferably the resume should be a single page resume until and unless you are an experienced professional with 4 to 5 years experience in the industry. So this thing you need to keep an eye on when you are making your resume. The other thing is FAANG and MANG companies. This resume will go into the actual recruitment team. So they will go through your resume completely before giving a call for assessment as well as the interview. This is how the resume goes in different stages once you apply for a company. Let's see what sections you need to create. Let's see an overview of resume. How should you prepare your resume with an optimized approach? So firstly, I'm going to show you my resume. So in the top, you'll be placing your name. Under that, you will be placing your email ID as well as phone number and a LinkedIn link as well as Git link in the top section. After that, initially it depends on companies you're applying. Few companies see for summary, few companies don't look into summaries, but generally adding summary is preferable when you're applying for a company which have lot number of applications, because summary gives an edge to an ATS score, like ATS scanning. So better to preferably add a summary, but I didn't use a resume with summary. I used to include skill section in the beginning, because lot of ATS scanning will be done based on skills. So initially, if skills are there are higher chances of getting shortlisted for an online test. So once that skill section is done, if you have any prior work experience or any professional experience such as internship and all, in the second section you're gonna add that. In that also you're gonna keep it specific, like in 3 to 4 points maximum. You're going to give it in the form of matrices, like you have done this much amount of work. Like it's generally we say that what you have done and how you have done and how much it have been impacted on the work. This is how the criteria of work section and project sections will be determined by recruiters. Once it's done, if you're from some of the top colleges and all, your college has some tag value and all, you can add your tag college after the work experience and before the project section. The next section will be project. But if you are not from a top college, if you are from a tier 3 college or tier 4 college, you can add your college after your project section. This will interchange for people based on their college tag and all. So keep this in mind. After that, like I said, project section. In project section, it will be mainly helpful for people who are like recent graduates or freshers who are applying for some companies, because you don't have a lot of experience, work experience as well as professional experience. In this scenario, like recruiters will be going through your projects, like on what technologies you have worked, as well as how did you build that project, how did you improved in existing, and the innovation factor and all, it will be considered in the projects. Once that's done, you can add a next section as certifications as well as achievements if you have a few. This plays a key role apart from your curriculum and all. It will be a judging criteria where the top things like projects or work experiences or skills will be validated here. If you are having a skill in the top and you have some good certification with from a top company, so that skill will be validated here, that instead of not only he has the skill, he also have done a certification. But we can't add all certifications of all skills and all projects, right? So try to have some minimal number of certifications which are worthy, which are valuable for people who are looking into your resume. After that, achievements, you have won a hackathon or else you have won some award during your college and all, so you can add it in this section. Once that's done, if you are an active member in some club or society or any other things, you can add it in position of responsibilities. You can add like 1 to 2 things here, and based on your, like, if you have any publication research and all, you can create another section based on it, and you can make it flexible. Like, I have seen a lot of people having very less content in the resume, like half-page resume, and if you are having over content like 2 pages, 3 pages. So for them, I suggest you to do, like, who are having a very less amount of content, you try to gain minimal number of skills and projects and all. You try to focus on making a resume 1 page, and whoever are having more number of skills as well as more lengthy resumes, try to concise and make a resume in such a way that it will fit in 1 page. As I said, I'll be giving a tip, whoever stays till the end of the video, like, how should you get shortlisted? Like, you have applied for a lot of companies till now, but you didn't get shortlisted. The first thing you can do is, if you are like applying for a company like newly, completely fill the form along with the resume. There will be, if there is any recruitment form there out there, you fill details exactly matching your resume, so that if there is any software there in the portal which is able to perform the scanning or screening, it will be making you to get higher chances to get shortlisted. Apart from that, try to keep it simple. Don't make resume like an achievement kind of thing. Keep it simple. And whenever you're applying, don't directly go and apply. Try to adjust your resume based on description and job description, as well as the keywords which that description is showing. This is gonna make you get shortlisted for most of the companies you apply. So this is a super tip. And the resume which got shortlisted for Amazon, as I said, I'll be attaching it in the description, and comment down below for more videos which you want from my side. And that's it for this video, guys. See you in another video. Follow me on Instagram as well for latest updates, and like, share, and subscribe to this channel. Bye bye.